live from the tortoise pasture. Full House, the show that single-handedly made us believe that hanging out with the Beach Boys on a regular basis is something that one can do. And while we probably can't, what we can do is play Forever by the Beach Boys the way Jesse and the Rippers did. I wish I could say this was my idea, but Madam Secretary Pat Prime is such a closet Jesse and the Rippers fan that he thought it prudent to throw some lettuce at Terrence. And King Pluchacha, and the baby one, and Sonic, and Boof. Thank you, Madam Secretary Pat Prime. And here we go. The Jesse and the Rippers version starts in the key of E. Now, we could play E chords from the key of E, and that would work. We could put our capo on 4 and play chords from the key of C. That would truly be in the key of E and would work as well. But I'm choosing capo 2, and we're going to start on a D. Now, each of them have their advantages and their drawbacks, but I think this one gets the most done that you can without moving your capo around as the song goes on. Here we go. Start with a D chord. But let's leave the baby E string out of it, so you'll have pointer finger on G2, middle finger on B3, because we're going to need our ring finger to play the A string 4th fret for the second chord. If every word I said, then we want a B minor, and then you have a choice. You can either play A, or you can leave your B minor chord but open up the A string, so you have an A in the bass of your B minor chord. That would be a B minor 7 with an A in the bass. And when you do that, it's very convenient to wrap your thumb around a little bit to mute that E string. You don't even have to be much of a thumb guy, but then you don't have to worry about what you're strumming. That's a super classy option in my opinion. Here we go. D, C sharp in the bass, B minor, A in the bass, then G, and then we want G with an F sharp in the bass. You're just going to lose your middle finger, and your pointer finger is going to take over on the E string 2nd fret before you hang on E minor. So here we go. D, low C sharp, B minor, A in the bass, G, F sharp in the bass, E minor. Now with no talking. Takes care of your intro and your verse. Then when they go forever at the end of the verse, right? Forever. This is Ultra Super Beach Boys to the max. You're going to play a G and then a G7. Now if this G7 doesn't do it for you, it doesn't quite do it for me, and that's probably because the bassist for Jesse and the Rippers is playing an F as well. F being the note that makes G7 G7, there you see on the other E string 1st fret. What you can do is play your G, establish your G7, and then lose your ring finger and thumb guy it there on the big E string 1st fret to kind of accentuate that low F note. I like that, and I've never thought about that before. I've been so happy loving you. It's an A minor 7 chord. That's A minor without your ring finger, followed by A7, so that ring finger is going to make the B string change from 1 to 2, and then an F sharp minor. 2, 4, 4. I've been so happy loving you. After the second time they say, I've been so happy loving you, for the raucous solo section, you're going to play a D and a B major twice. And then it goes into its G with an F sharp in the bass, crash out on E minor. Following the crash out on E minor, there's a key change and a tip of the cap to the original voicings of the beginning of the original song by the Beach Boys, of course. You're going to play C, followed by G with a B in the bass. That's A2, B3. Don't play either E string. A minor, and then either G or A minor 7 with a G in the bass. For the same reasons that I like B minor 7 with an A in the bass, I like A minor 7 with a G in the bass. You're just gonna sneak that ring finger that used to be on the G string 2nd fret to the low E string 3rd fret. And then F, you could play F with an E in the bass. I always like to play C with an E in the bass. In this situation, I think it's more definitive. You can choose for yourself. F with an E in the bass would just be just that, right? But C with an E in the bass is play C and strum the low E string as well, and then D minor. So here we go. It happens twice. C, G with a B in the bass, A minor, minor 7 with a G in the bass, F, C with an E in the bass, D minor. La 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 la. La 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 la. And then in one of the most triumphant moments in the history of mankind, that D minor turns into a D major, and we're back up in our original key. Bunch of times, of course, and then they do the forever G, G7, and then I completely forget what on earth happens last. Oh yeah, A minor 7, happy loving you, and then the Jesse and the Rippers version does end on a very innocuous D that some voicings on the piano do, but that's it for the Jesse and the Rippers version of the Beach Boys' Forever. Raise your hand if you didn't actually know that was a Beach Boys song. I hope that was fun and helpful. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.